Hey guys, Adib, the Texas Miner, and today what I'm going to be showing you guys is the second part of the DreamBox airframe assembly. In this section, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding these hardware, the components for the motherboard, and holding on to the motherboard and the power supply. So we already have one connected right there. Okay. I said that you were going to need two of these. I was wrong on that. I was wrong. You do not need this third one. I was able to come up with a better solution because of the way that these Pro BTC H81s are. Alright, so when I'm referring to things in the video, the front of the rig is where you mount your GPUs, okay, and the back is where these prongs go, two face towards you and two face out. I'm going to be doing it from the first person, so when you're at home, this is back right. Back right, you're looking at the frame, the rear of the frame. This is back right, okay? So I'm going to be putting, you see all the hardware, or you see all the video input on this side. So we're going to be putting that on the back left side facing outwards so that you have easy access to your cords. Okay, you want your towers, if you're going to be doing multiple, to all be on the same side, okay? And then your power supply will be over here on this side. So, and this is where you're going to need to use your metal 3/32 drill bit and your tap and die set that you got from your hardware store. The thread pitch is going to be 32, okay? That's what the thread pitch is for these. What we're going to be doing is we're going to have these hardware mounts, okay, and we need to screw it in so that way we can have a socket to screw it and mount our motherboard. So this is where the custom fabrication comes along. It's not a big deal, don't worry. So I already have my holes drilled except for this one right here, for this back left one that I'm going to show you guys. So what you're going to do is you're going to align your motherboard. You're going to mount, first you're going to mount this, first you're going to mount the hardware for the front. It's going to be the long piece, okay? The short piece is going to go on the side. So you're going to put it on the front, align it. These can move side to side with a little bit of force, so no big deal. And what we're going to do here is, I'm going to show you guys real quick. So we're going to be drilling out this hole right there, okay? No, I'm sorry, this hole right here, okay? To drill bit. Three 30-seconds. And we're gonna, it already has a hole to where for the screws, but we're gonna bore it out and make it a little bit bigger. Your hole's going to be through and through. Make sure you go all the way to the other side. And now when you're boring and you're threading your hole, it's important that you go all the way down, and this is hand tightened for a reason, and go all the way back up. Okay? ratchet wrench, put it into here, and bore out the hole. Make sure it's bored out nice and good. Oh, there it is. No. Alright, so I think it was hitting the bottom of that. Let it go through all the way. Alright, that's all the way through. Make sure it's recording. So I don't do all this for nothing. Okay, so you can see where I broke off the first tap, and I took the motherboard bolt nut hybrid, whatever you want to call this, and put it in there nice and tight. Okay, you really want to be careful. You don't want to snap your tap. Pretty sure that's called the tap. I'm not sure if that's called the tap or the die. So now that we have our bolt on over here, what we're going to worry about next is our side piece, okay? This is real simple. You just line these up, and you line them up, bolt them down. Nothing special. It just adds extra support for the power supply. Okay. Remember, you're putting the screws with the little fat lip around to hold down these mounts. Okay. Put your bracket on. dismounted that piece, and now we're gonna have our power supplies. They're going in like this. So again, because this is important that you get this right. So like this, flip it down. Okay. Let me line this up to right here. We're going to put our screw in. Put the, so you have this mounted now, your tongs, and you're going to put the these are the bolts that go on the bottom. So you're going to put it, I guess I don't know if they're called bolts, but they're the I guess bolt insert where the bolt goes into it, and then you're going to take this one. Oh boy, we ran out of those flathead screws. We just securely mounted the battery holder, and so what you're going to want to do with your motherboard, it helps if you have two hands with this. You'll see that this Pro BTCH81 has a mount here, here, and here. There's one over here as well, but I found that 3 does just fine. This is going to be my 15th rig. so I haven't had an issue with doing it with just 3. Okay? I need to move this over a little bit. And so what you'll do is you'll take a silver Sharpie and you'll have your trusted partner mark it. So see how you just move this over to the side as needed? Or you could do it yourself. You don't necessarily need somebody, but it sure does make it easier. So all mine are aligned, okay? So what we did with the tap and die at the beginning, you're gonna do it over here and here as well, and then you're gonna mount those bolts. So mounted to your motherboard and they're all aligned. You're gonna take your screws and mount your motherboard. You want to make sure that you align them as the best that you can, because what will happen is if they're not aligned, the board will bend to make to fit the holes, and that will cause your circuits to have stress. And hey, on one of them I had a bad motherboard, and when I looked at the motherboard, it was bent pretty bad. So it's just something to look out for. So once you have your motherboard mounted, needs to be aligned a little bit better. Careful with that. It's going to be a tight fit, so it will allow for a little bend. You just don't want to have a lot of bend, if that makes any sense. Okay? Alright, so your motherboard's mounted. Now the next thing that we're going to do is mount our power supply. So your power supply is going to come with 4 bolts. It's very crucial that you do not lose these, because these bolts are what you're going to use to mount your power supply. Now you want your power supply, the fan, facing towards you, and it's going to be on our back right post, because what this is going to do is going to take the air in, the fan sucks it in and then blows it out the side. Okay, so away, we want it to blow away, in and away from our GPUs, because our GPUs are going to be up here, and those blow the air in and out that way. So alright, so our motherboard is mounted, our power supply is mounted, our mining frame is complete. Now on the later videos I'll be showing you guys how to connect everything. If there's a lot of videos out there, but hey, I'll do it through and through, just so that you guys can have a one-stop shop. Okay, if you guys like the video, follow me on Twitter, Texas_miner, and be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, cryptocurrency.market/newsletter. See you guys on the next video.